I was playing football, Pop Warner football, and doing martial arts. That's all I did from 7 up until 15. You know, I love contact. But when I started this music, it helped me get in touch with a lot more things inside. You know, life wasn't that easy for me growing up. So being as though it wasn't, you know, I used to have a bad temper. I would lash out, you know, type stuff like that. Started playing music, it channeled my energy somewhere else. You know, I got to release that anger or sadness or whatever it is, that emotion, through the music. And that's been my saving grace. Being able to express it differently instead of, you know, just like some people do. They don't have any way of expressing themselves totally. I don't have to say much. I can play, I can speak through my instrument, you know, with some real heartfelt music. That's from my heart. We all do our training, but when it's all said and done, you got to play what's in your heart. You got to, and also some soulfulness. You know, it got to feel good. When it's all said and done, if the music doesn't feel good, it's almost like you're passing gas in a hurricane. You know, you know, it becomes a waste after a while. Charles Fun is a jazz trombonist here from Baltimore. That's the guy who I attribute everything that I do because of that guy. Yeah, man, I feel like he saved my life by introducing me to this music. Coming up, I did martial arts and did football a lot. He guaranteed me if I stick with him, he'd give me a full ride to college. And that's what I did. And yeah, he held true to his word. And oh yeah, he saved my life for sure. Living in east side of Baltimore, the area I grew up, the things that were going on, I mean, it was just kind of rough in that area. Majority of stuff is kind of like guilty by association. Where I live is where a lot of bad stuff happened. You know, he kept me out of there. At 15, I was gigging, doing regular jazz gigs while I'm learning how to play. You know, and that's something that changed my life tremendously. You know, just being able to see how musicians are able to work. As a kid, at 15, I realized then this is what I need to be doing. In Baltimore, we going through a heck of a lot of craziness, man. You know, when the riots happened, I was one of the first cats down there. You know, myself and some of my guys that are here at the session. You know, we went down there and we played for our city. You know, it wasn't about being scared or anything like that. I live, honestly, from where the riots happened on North Avenue. I'm 8 blocks away from that almost. You know, and I didn't mind going down there because this is my city. I'm born and raised here. And if our city's going to get better, it's going to take people from our city to do extra and make sure that, one, you see how we got the young ones in here. That's where it starts. You know, by start bringing them in, showing them something a little different. You know?
Well, for me, it's an escape from the reality of life. When I play, I'm free. For that moment, for however many minutes or seconds I'm playing, I'm free. I'm able to express myself without consequence or without reaction, without anyone judging me, I'm able to express myself. If it wasn't for music, I probably would have been running the streets or ended up in jail a couple of times. But I thank God it wasn't that way. You know, He saw fit for music to save my life, you know, and it has. Music has carried me since the age of 9, you know.
For me and for him and a lot of guys from Baltimore, you can't reach a certain level of playing until you have went through pain and struggling in your life. And then you take that to the instrument, and then that's when that pain comes out. So sometimes it's not a timbre that they would teach you in school. It might sound like a nasty sound to many people, but it's a personality. And that's how I think a lot of those guys play, even if they're not thinking about it. I'm more of a guy that tries to analyze, maybe after the fact, why I play the way I play. And then that way I can be intentional with being free.
Yeah.